It is the dawn of a new era in camouflage design. With new Realtree hardwoods and Realtree hardwood screen, utilizing our new high-definition imaging process, what was previously unimaginable is now reality. Radically improved depth, contrast, and detail come together to create patterns that completely eliminate the human outline. The camouflage revolution begins here.
The truest test of our Realtree patterns is how well they work for folks who work hard all week, just so they can spend their weekends in the woods. The effectiveness of our Realtree patterns, well, that's their ability to make a hunter almost invisible, whether he's in a deer stand or set up on a gobbler. That's what's really important. I tell you, when our patterns do their job, hunters can get closer to game, and they have the confidence they need to be more successful. When you get right down to it, Realtree success is all about the success of real hunters everywhere. Always has been, always will be.
All right, T-Bone, let's review it one more time. We got the inside tip that the Realtree boys is going to be shooting the opening to the Monster Bucks video. You and I are going to just ingratiate ourselves into that thing. We'll mosey through the woods and happen to stumble across them. We'll talk them into letting you in there, and we're going to be in the chips.
Barbecue chips, right?
T-Bone, that's a figment of speech, all right? Here, let me see your equipment here. Make sure we're all ready to go. Got your string good. You got them little cute things. And oh man, for crying out loud, you got the reel set on brim. Let's tighten that on up to bass. These are big boys here. Well, they think they're big boys. I'm gonna tell you they ain't near what they think they are. A buddy of mine told me 2 out of the 3 of them wear women's underbreeches. That's right. So let me see you form one time. Give me your arrow. Right there, that's gonna do it. You gonna get them. You are gonna get them today.
I'm nervous.
Nervous? Ain't nothing to be nervous about. Brains beats camouflage 2 out of 3 times, all right? Take your arrows, we about to go get it. We're in the money. We're in the money.
The only question I've got, who has put all these targets out? That's all I want to know.
It wasn't me. And did you put them out, David?
No.
You took them out last year. David swole up on us last year in Monster Bucks 9 and took all the money, so it's our time to shine.
Looks like we're going to have a little archery tournament, right?
Speaking of money, today we're going to shoot for money. Now, I hope y'all brought a lot of it.
I didn't bring a lot of money because I got to leave room in my pocket to bring some back there, Chief.
Okay. I just want to welcome everybody to Monster Bucks 10, and you know, we got 2 volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and David, it's just hard to believe it's been 10 years of the Monster Bucks video series.
And what a ride it's been. This year's no different. You know, Bill, we actually had to cull 18 awesome hunts. Isn't that right, Michael?
That's right. That's exactly
for this year's videos that did not make the final cut. But each volume has 16 hunts from all over North America. And plus, we're going to show the folks some highlights and some lowlights of the last 10 years.
That's too easy right there. Speaking of lowlights.
Hey, y'all was doing all right until about 8 years ago. Y'all hired me, and y'all been going downhill ever since.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to believe, but you've been with us 8 years, and David coming up on 11 years, have been 11 years. And right now, before we see the footage, I guess we got to get this archery thing started.
Got to get the grudge match going. It's rock and roll.
All right, who's up?
Well, I'll, as reigning champion, I'll go first. And this is going to be a civilized tournament today. No cheating,
None.
Us against nature.
None.
Us against
It
nature.
always has been. Never
Yeah.
have cheated.
I still want to find out
All
who
that
put the
matters is
targets
who
out.
wins.
I think it's these two.
Well,
I think they know the distances and everything.
Go ahead there, Big
Now,
D.
I'm not real sure about this raccoon that you pointed out to me.
I heard
we
a
gonna
coon
get it.
dog tree him up that little stick there earlier.
I've only got 2
Just
arrows.
going for the head. They've got a kill ring right in the head, so. Pressure's on. First shot of Monster Buck's 10. Right in the head, in the ear. He can't hear now.
Not bad.
He can't hear now. You may go ahead, Bill?
He's hurt. Yeah, while you there, Michael,
All
go
right,
ahead.
let's go ahead with it.
I actually pulled that one a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah,
You got your up and down perfect.
37
We
yards.
rigged out with these new little gadgets here.
37 yards and counting. Good shot.
Should be close. I don't think
What
it'll
do you
made
think?
it.
What
I
do you
don't
think,
think he'd make it. I'll tell you that. I actually think you got a good little spot to shoot for right there, Bill.
Dave? Where do we need to put it?
Right above Michael would be perfect. I think Michael's got a good shot anyway.
I do too. I hope I just hit the target.
He's in the head, that's all I know. If we was coon hunting right now, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Good
Coon
shot.
meat for the Jordan family.
Good shot.
Now we're gonna watch the hunts.
Let's go watch the hunt. Let's go get the score on, because, you know, we got money on this now.
All right.
Let's go.
We've been on the stand probably about a half hour to 45 minutes. It's just now getting light enough to see, and probably about 20 deer out there in the field. A couple of pretty good bucks that we can tell from here. And what we're doing is an alfalfa field, and these deer have been up all night feeding. Behind us is a bedding area, so what we've done is just got in between that alfalfa field and this bedding area behind us. But I'm gonna get this head net up. I think we're gonna see some good deer.
Well, I can't think of a better place to start the 10th anniversary of Monster Bucks than Montana, the Milk River. We joined Bill early one morning as he is set up to catch these deer heading from the fields back to the bedding area.
54 yards. They should be heading in here to us. We're gonna be real patient and hopefully they'll come by the stand. That may be one shooter. Good. He just fell over. We got him. We got him. He just fell over. Oh, yes. Folks, I tell you, morning hunt here on the Milk River. That is a huge, huge 8-pointer right there. We've seen this deer a couple of times, and oh man, I'm pumped. But he went off in this alfalfa field. We snuck in here this morning before daylight, got up in here, and he was way across the field with a couple other deer. And he went out the other side. I said, you know, we lost him. He's gone to the other place to probably bed up this morning. But a half hour later, I look back out there, and here he comes. And he starts walking our way, and you saw what happened. He just stopped right here. I grunted to him, stopped him for a good shot, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Oh, man. Here he is right here. You know, he probably didn't go but about 80 or 90 yards from the stand. Just a good Montana whitetail. Look at the size body of this deer. He is absolutely huge. Oh, I'm happy with this deer. Let's see what we got. We got a good Montana 8-pointer, long G2s and 3s, got good browse, real fat from all that alfalfa and feeding up real good. But you know, we got in here this morning and well before daylight, and we looked out there in the alfalfa field. A lot of deer out there. He was out there. You know, we came back, you know, in here yesterday and morning and saw him. I came a little bit further out in front of the stand. Came back this morning, came right to us. But I just got to mention, this is a first for me. This is the first whitetail hunt with me with this new Fred Bear Team Realtree bow, and also with the new Realtree Hardwoods high definition camera pattern. I just got to tell you, I'm not trying to sell you anything. They both worked great this morning. But what a great Montana whitetail. You know, I get asked a lot of times, you know, to think back some of the most memorable hunts that I've been on or have been involved in, and you know, I get excited on every hunt. You know, I think when that passion goes away, you don't need to be hunting. But you know, I can think back, you know, a couple of years ago in Kansas. You know, we were actually had hunted that morning. I had an opportunity to a really big deer and just couldn't get it, you know, pulled off. And we were leaving the property, and way off in the distance in these rolling plains, I saw this, you know, this what I thought was a big buck. And you know, we actually stalked that deer. It took us about 2 hours on foot and a little bit on cart to finally get up to him. And, you know, I was on foot, which is probably the hardest thing to do, you know, whitetail hunting. And it actually was a spot and stalk. But, you know, I was real fortunate to get real close to him. He was down in this ravine. And, you know, when I first saw him, when I looked over and peeked over down in the canyon, the little draw right there, I just had to guess the best that I could, you know, the distance. And, you know, before I know it, I'd pull back, I'd drawn back with my bow and let the arrow go, and was fortunate enough to, you know, make a good shot, and the deer went about 80 yards, and, you know, that was about it. But I can truly tell you from my emotion, when that camera came back to me, my heart was just pumping and thumping and doing everything, and the drilling rush was there. But that has to be one of my most memorable hunts. October 28th. 28 degrees. It's the first still day we've had here in Kentucky. On this side of this hardwood ridge, there's a little power line right away right in front of us, about 30, 40 yards. Big old cedar tree out there has just been hammered. A lot of squirrels running around, so that means there's acres and a lot of food in here.
John makes his Realtree debut on Monster Bucks. John's a valuable member of the team who's a producer, an editor, cameraman. He does it all here for Realtree Outdoor Production. Late October is a perfect time during the pre-rut to rattle. These bucks are really starting to get ready to breed, and they respond well.
got this power line, a little right away here in front of us. There's a cut cornfield at the bottom of this hill. And these deer come up through these hardwoods.
It seems like that during the pre-rut and in these pretty bluebird days, when the temperatures are cool, that these bucks really are active from mid-morning to midday.
Been quiet for a while. I think I'm gonna rattle a little bit. See if I can make something happen. All right, baby. I see some legs moving. I see some legs moving. You can't really tell what he is. He looks, he's just looking through some leaves. Come on, man. Oh, there he is, there he is. Oh, yeah, he'll do you. Shoot him, come on, get on. They're coming. Right to this power line. Alright, here we go. He's coming back left. I'm gonna take a shot. You got him, okay, here we go. Bleh.
John smoked him. No pun intended.
Yeah, baby. There he goes. He crashed. Yes. Scored in Kentucky, baby. Last day. Whew. Oh, I gotta calm down. That's awesome, man. Beautiful, beautiful. You couldn't have planned it any better. He comes to those horns. Look at that spike was already out here in the power line. He cut back left. Come right into an opening. It couldn't have worked out any better, man. I'm taking a good buck. Here's this power line I was telling you about. There's rubs, trails going all through this thick stuff. It's a perfect corridor for these deer to travel. Acorn trees on both sides, man, they've got it all. Here he goes, right here. He's not hard to follow now, looky here. Good gracious alive. Look at that. That's what you want to see right there. I'm trying to trail one up. There, across that log. Yeah, baby. There's a white belly shining. Rivers Bend strikes again. Good gracious, look at this son of a gun. Look how thick he is. Oh, baby. Real thick, got that little extra tine there. This is an older deer. A great buck. Awesome.
What is everyone's most memorable buck that I've ever taken on the Monster Buck videos? It has to be, without a doubt, the deer in Saskatchewan a few years ago that I took that was supposed to be a deer drive. It was 65 degrees in the middle of November. Deer were not moving very well on their own. We had come in for a break in the middle of the day, and the guides coming back into camp spotted a really big deer in a big 200 or 300 acre thicket run in with a doe. So they come in and grab us real quick. I had on blue jeans, a sweatshirt. I did have on a Realtree hat though. That's probably what kept me from getting fired. But we took back off and set up, and I'm thinking, you know, the chances of this happening on camera are slim and none. And Before the drive even started, I caught a glimpse of a deer out there, and it was a deer coming in our direction. It was a doe, and then this big deer walks out right behind her and follows her up there, and finally she gets within 30 yards and sees us and spooks off, and he stops and looks at us, and I dropped him with one shot, and no question that was nothing but a gift from God. But I'll take those every once in a while. That was the most memorable buck.
So last morning here, we hunted hard. We decided to come back to the same stand. We saw a lot of deer in here yesterday morning. We saw a great buck at the crack of day before filming light. We were going to try it again. We were afraid we were going to get a south wind today, which would blow out towards the cornfield, but there's hardly any wind at all. There's a deer right here. It's a little buck. The deer's limping really bad. The deer's got a broken right leg. It doesn't look like he's been shot. It just looks like he's hurt his leg bad. There's some more does out there coming across way out there in the field walking across. You can just tell. This is the kind of weather I wish we'd had at the first of the week. Low humidity. There's several deer way out there. There's another deer, big body. That's him. That's a buck. That's him. It's that big white egg we saw yesterday morning. He's gonna follow those does. He's way out there. He's gonna follow those does. That's the guy right there. There he is. He needs to stop. Come on, baby, stop. He's got to stop first. He's out there a good way. Right. He's going down. There's nothing I like better than a plan coming together the last day of the hunt. Today. That is a great deer. Whew. Let's go see what we got. This is a fantastic deer. Thompson Encore did it again. This is the big bruiser we saw yesterday morning. We couldn't get good video of him. It's too dark. Look at that. Look at the beams on that joker. Look at the mass. He's got it all. He is just a big, mature Kansas deer. A mainframe 8. Actually, he's trying to be a 9 out there, and he's got a couple of kickers on this G2. But look at that.
Probably the
most favorite hunt that people have commented to me about that they've seen me be part of was probably a hunt in Texas where I actually had been talking in the rifle hunt. It was the last day of the hunt by Larry Weissoon. I'd been bow hunting. I loved to bow hunt. As a matter of fact, I rifle hunt very little on the videos and TV shows. And it was the last day of the hunt. We had to go to the airport. We only could hunt like an hour. So we went out, me and cameraman Mike McKenzie, and the deer were rutting real hard. And out of the brush, just almost toward the end of the hunt, a doe comes running out, and right behind her is old Daddy Rabbit, old wide 10-pointer, and comes running down the sendero, and the doe jumps the fence, and the buck is just about to, and before I know it, the deer gets broadside as he's running. I squeeze a shot off, hardly remember even making the shot, and the deer drops right in his tracks. And that hunt, people talk about that hunt and they talk about that shot because I really think people thought I was going to let that deer walk around, and that's what usually happens on our videos, and we get a lot of great footage. But it was just a real quick, short hunt, and I think people wasn't ready for me to shoot. But I'm glad the shot transpired the way it did because he looks good on the wall back home in Georgia now. Well, it's the afternoon hunt. You can see we're on a big hay meadow here. It's been hayed. Alfalfa's out here, and Kenny, you said you've been seeing some good deer out here.
I've been watching these deer for a while, and we got both whitetail and mule deer, so it's going to be good.
Well, first one that comes by that's got some pretty good horns, we're going to hopefully introduce him to Mr. Easton. I can tell you, well, we're going to head on that way. It's a pretty good walk. You can see across there. But I'll just meet you right back here at dark. All right. Appreciate it, Kenny.
Kenny Morgan with 7J Outfitters has done an excellent job of patterning these deer during the late summer, early fall.
Camo works good, but you need to be high up in a tree. These climbing sticks make it easy, though.
It's the opening day of the Wyoming bow season, September 1st. Michael and cameraman, producer Steve Finch find themselves high up in a tree ready for the action.
Here comes a deer. It's a doe. It's a doe. I would say that the stands are in a good spot. Perfect. She come up and she staged up right in this little funnel area and bedded down. I just hope her daddy does it. I like this spot. Deer coming for sure.
Boy, I'll say he's a good buck, Michael. What a deer. Now, believe it or not, it's not very often that things come together on the first day of the hunt. This is a rare luxury.
A shooter. It's a shooter for sure.
Now, anytime a buck walks out within 30 yards of Michael Waddell, that deer's going to have some problems.
He's coming. Hank. Listen. He's out, baby. Right there.
Good shot, Michael.
Wyoming, the first day, baby. The first day. We ain't even got here good yet. Man, I'm still got jet lag. Whew. And he's lagging too. That's a good buck, man. Now I'm shaking. That's the longest 35, 40 minutes after setting the stand by the time we got all the camera stuff out of the tree. But I walked probably 10 yards right to that little oak there, and there's good sign. But before we go in there and recover the buck, I want to show you. This is unreal. I've seen this, especially out here in Wyoming and out in Montana and stuff. This is a tree or some limbs that Kenny and Jeff and his guides have trimmed up for shooting lane. And these deer, every deer, the doe that come by, she nibbled on these leaves, and the buck come by, and he stood right here forever nibbling before he actually went right into my shooting lane. A good tip, if you ever do that, remember that when you got those by your stand. But right now, I'm ready to go put my hands on this deer. I heard him go down. Here he comes right through here. Our stand is just right there. It's probably been 30 yards. Look right here. I heard him go down. Sound like right up on, look right here. Yeah, baby. He didn't go 50 yards. Look at that wide rat rascal. Look, man. You tell me Wyoming ain't got some deer. Yes, sir. He's out. He is out. Man. Look out. So you can check this deer out. He has got some width on him. He's full velvet. Whew. Wyoming, the opening day of the Wyoming season in the Black Hills up here with Jeff Smith, 7J Outfitters. Man, I can't say enough. Old Kenny put us on this deer. He's been scouting these deer hard, and this little finger that we were hunting was a prime textbook spot for a tree stand. And saw a doe come by. A few hours later, he came strolling in, lucky enough to put a good shot. And I mean, he didn't go 50 yards. A little Rocky Mountain expandable head, a little sniper head. 50 yards later, he's expired and he's going home to Georgia.
You know, anytime that we produce the Monster Bucks videos, there's always a lot of planning. Here you see David Blanton and the guys, and these guys are planning out strategy on what to do, how to do it, trying to give the greatest entertaining value that we can to the people who are watching our videos. You know, these videos just don't happen. I think that so many times you just kind of get caught up in it. You don't know behind the scenes where there's a lot of production meetings that go on to make the videos as successful as they are.
Folks, this is a field we're going to be hunting tonight. We've been watching it for a day or so. What we've been seeing is a lot of deer coming out of that back corner back there. It's all along the river. The deer bed up along the river in the afternoons, and then they come out at night. This is an alfalfa field, and there's been a lot of deer and some nice bucks coming out on the back end of that field back over there. The wind's kind of blowing from the southwest today, so it's hard to get up in the trees. You can see there's not very many trees, so there's an irrigation ditch that runs along both sides. We're going to stay on this side of the irrigation ditch today. It provides cover. It's about 4 feet, 5 feet high, and weeds over there that can hide us pretty good. So we're going to try to work our way down more than halfway on that irrigation ditch and see if we can't set up and get a shot at something nice this afternoon. This looks like a good spot here. We've crawled 150, 200 yards or so. This looks like it's a good spot. We didn't bother the deer. They're still out there. Set up here. Oh, these weeds are a little higher than I thought they would be. Man, is there a world of deer out there in that field. There's a bunch of little bucks. Tons of does. Back in that corner, here comes a nice buck. 1, 2, 3 is a heavy 8-pointer. Man, look at the body on that deer. That's a huge deer. Body-wise, he got a beautiful rack. Man, he's got some mass. That's something to think about right there. Man, he's a stud. Oh, look at the telephone pole. Look at that buck over there rubbing the telephone pole. Is he rubbing the pole? That deer's rubbing the telephone pole. Oh man, look at that buck. That's a nice buck. That's a nice 10 point. Look at him, he's rubbing the pole. Oh man. That's a buck right there. Oh, that's a beauty. That's the one I'm looking at right there. That's the one that's the deer I'd like to take right there. I can't get solid enough for that long shot. Where's he going? This isn't gonna cut it. I gotta get back. That's a long way, but I'm a lot more solid. Oh, that's a lot better. Go, my shot. Oh, man. Oh, damn, my dadgum gun. Get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I see. Dadgum. There he is. Man, my gun jammed on me. I don't know how I missed the first shot. I must have shot high, shot over the top of him. Oh, this yellow patch of grass is where he was standing after the second shot. The first shot was down there in the field a little bit. I don't know what I did. It was a longer shot, but I don't know if I shot over the top of him, but I definitely missed him. He ran back up here and gave me another chance at him, and I know the second shot, as soon as I hit him, as soon as I shot, I seen him buckle, and I heard a whop, so I know that he's hit good. Whew, there he is. Check him out. I thought I missed him for a second there, but when I hit him with that second shot, I didn't know where he was. That's the longest shot I ever made. Woo, Daddy, there he is. Yeah. What a buck. What a 10-point buck. Oh, man, look at this big whitetail from Montana. Mainframe 10, broken off. He's a tough dude, got stickers. White horns, huge deer. You can see right here a little bit where he's been rubbing the telephone pole over there. These Montana bucks, I've always heard about Milk River, and it's true. There was deer everywhere. It was awesome. It was an awesome hunt. Awesome whitetail, huge deer, beautiful weather. Here with good friends, it was great.
You know, over the years, Terry's taken a lot of kidding from our Monster Bucks 8 Volume 1 video. Just look at the buck that Terry passes up. Why? I don't know. Terry's still asking himself why he passed it up.
I may have just messed up big time. I left at about a 150 glass buck walk. We thought there was a bigger buck coming because he got real nervous. He got biased. I may need kicked for that one.
Now let's join Mike McKenzie up in Alberta, where he has a chance to get out from behind the camera and enjoy an awesome whitetail hunt.
I see my stand further over on the left. So, hey, the only thing I know to do is go get in it and see what happens.
Mike is hunting with Ron Nemechek. Ron's always had a knack for putting big bucks in front of the Realtree cameras. This is the third day of the hunt.
Prior to this day of hunting, the weather had been really warm. But on this morning, the temperature dropped well below zero, and the deer were really up and moving.
So out.
He's down. Yes, he's down. Awesome. Good gosh, what an awesome buck. Lord have mercy. That is unbelievable. Oh gosh. Here it is. 2 o'clock. Folks, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is some more cold here in Alberta, Canada. 2 o'clock in the middle of the day. Sometimes that's where it pays off to hang in here with these when it's cold weather like this. Good gracious, what a buck. Look at this here. I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. Oh my stars, look here. Look at that. Oh. I cannot believe it. Look at the size of these G2s and G3s. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. He's got a hole in the horn over here. My first Alberta whitetail. Unbelievable. Here hunting with Ron Nemechek. Realtree Outdoors. Thanks, guys. It's just, words can't even describe what I'm going through right now. Unbelievable. Thanks a lot.
Well, I grew up deer hunting, but we'd been living in LA for years and I didn't get to deer hunt. So we were doing a TV show, one of the Jeff Foxworthy shows, and I had written the episode and it was about deer hunting. And they wouldn't let us shoot the deer, the TV executive, so we ended up taking it to the vet. And there's a scene where I'm sitting in the veterinary office reading a hunting magazine. And I look down the hunting magazine, there's an advertisements for monster buck video. And so on a break, I called the prop guy over and I said, here, take my credit card and run over here and order me this video. I want to watch this deer hunting video. And he did, and they sent it to the house. And I remember getting it, and I put it in the little TV there in the kitchen. My wife was making dinner, and I just couldn't get over the size of the bucks on it. I was like, look at the bucks. I mean, I'd never seen anybody film deer hunting. And she said, well, they're not going to show them getting shot, are they? And I said, no, I'm sure they don't show that. And about that time, and I was like, yeah! My wife was like, ah! So that was the beginning of an addiction to monster buck videos, and it's kind of amazing to me to have gone from that point to having been in the last 4 or 5 of them. And it tickles me now when I'm out, you know, in the grocery store or somewhere. Half the people that come up to me, they say, oh, I saw you in concert somewhere, I heard your radio show. And the other half come up and go, man, that was a big buck you shot in Montana. I was like, he was a good one, wasn't he?
This past January, the Realtree cameras had an opportunity to video an all-ladies deer hunt from the hill country of Texas. Donnie Briley hosted the hunt, and Ashley Black and Terry Troy were the lucky guests. And by the way, both of these ladies work at Realtree. Ashley's been a member of Team Realtree for over 10 years now, and this will be her first opportunity to hit the woods and enjoy a deer hunt. This is Ashley's last evening to try to get a buck. We had been hunting really hard, and the weather had been really cool for Texas standards. But I did know that when a big buck showed up, Ashley was ready. She had been shooting this 25-06 a lot, and she was deadly with it.
We're so ready for them to come here. You know what? I like these binoculars. It's kind of cool. And then when you look at the scope, that's neat too, because you can really see so much. It's hard sometimes for me to really make out, because I don't really know that much about hunting, so to make out like what's coming in. But like,
The does started filtering into the field, and we had our fingers crossed that a good buck would show before the camera light faded.
where's our friend?
And sure enough, just when we were about out of light, a good 4x4 buck shows up in the south end of the field.
I get it.
Going down, baby.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
You got him.
Oh my God.
You got him.
You're kidding me.
He's a good deer.
Oh my God.
He's a good deer.
I can't really. Oh my God. Did he go down?
He is dead,
He's
right?
down.
He's dead.
Oh my God. He was big. He's big. He's bigger than that other one that came out. I can look at him. So let's go look at him.
I would say Ashley is pretty pumped about her first deer.
I'm shaking.
This right here is what hunting is all about.
Come on, listen. What do you want? Oh my God, look at it. Because he was big. Oh my God, look at it. Come on. My first deer. Acting career.
do, Ashley?
We did really, really good.
Good job.
Really good.
I heard you shoot.
Oh, and he went down.
Hey, that's a good deer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is really pretty when it takes off. He is very pretty.
Yeah, he looks nice.
He is.
He's a mature deer.
Oh yeah. He is so pretty. I'm so happy. I appreciate it so much you give me the opportunity to come out here and do this. I've been working at Realtree now for about 12 years, and all the guys in the video department, they always come in and they talk about the deer, and I see them all over the wall, and they always talk about how cold they get and all that, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. but now I realize it's a lot of work. I mean, you just don't come out here and just shoot something.
It's all work.
It really is, and it's great. I'm just so excited about it, and I just really, really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. I really do.
Well, I enjoyed you being here. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Now here's a Monster Bucks defining moment for you. Back on Monster Bucks 5 on Volume 1, I'd had a chance to video David Blanton on the Timmons Ranch for several days, and finally on the last evening of the hunt, David smokes a beautiful 8-pointer. And from this is where we started calling David Air Blanton. Watch the height. Watch out, Michael Jordan. Blanton might hit the NBA anytime soon.
Hey, welcome to South Dakota. This is my home state and my favorite place to hunt. Jonas' Eagle Roost Ranch. We're on the old Missouri River bottom, native cottonwoods. We got a great west wind right now. We've been holding off on this place to hunt. It's pretty rough. We're gonna see some good action tonight. Let's settle in.
The key to this hunt is that Mark has found a great transition area in between bed to feed, and these deer are really funneling through this area to get to the lush alfalfa field to feed. It looks like a little bit of everything's headed back toward the field, including old Pepe Le Pew here.
He's coming over to that scrape right there. He's gonna work these scrape. Let's get ready.
But this is the reason the stand is in this place. This is the buck that Mark is looking for.
You're a real tree monster buck. Tip of the week. Where'd it go, Nick? Oh. Man, I am so pumped. We've been working these big bucks down here for 4 days now, and we're just inches away from killing them. That buck come in perfect, man. Oh, man. Here's my arrow. I'm sorry, this is gonna be like your tracking job because I can see him from the tree, so he's gotta be right there. As thick as it is, it'll may take a minute, but let's go get him. Oh yeah, there's blood all over it. Good, look at this. He's gotta be right here. There he is, right there. Oh man. Yeah! Look at this! There's your Realtree monster bucks. Look at this. This is the best buck I've ever shot. Bore rifle. Look at this one. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 7. Look at how wide he is. This is the buck we saw this morning, I bet. That didn't come out on the trail. I'm sure of it. God. Holy buckets. Oh man, thank you God. This is great.
You know, it's been a great 10 years. We have so many memories, so many people to thank, you know, along the way. You know, I think some of the most important things to remember, you know, we talk so much about friendship and things that we do there. You know, my friendship with David Blanton and now with Michael Waddell and all the other folks at Realtree, you know, who make the videos possible each and every year. You know, I'm the luckiest person in the world. You know, I've got a lot of great memories of the early days, the struggles that we had. Thought we knew everything, but we didn't. You know, just learning and going through those last 10 years to up to now with all the equipment. We're better equipped going to the field. You know, we're better in our expertise. And, you know, the funny thing about it, you can see it from our first videos. From our first Monster Bucks video to our Monster Bucks 9, now our Monster Bucks 10. You can see that growth and development all the way through those videos, how we've gotten better. And I've watched our children, you know, have been born since the start of the videos. You know, I know with David Blanton's sons and my son, you know, taking them out on their first deer hunts and their turkey hunts, you know, oftentimes I say, you know, my son is the most important thing in my life along with the rest of my family. But to be able to watch it through his eyes and being able to share that each and every week through our television show and our videos and sharing those dreams and visions that we've got as adults is something that I'll keep for a lifetime. I'm not so sure. I've been suckered into this thing, and I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. That's got
Now, who can forget Monster Bucks 7, Volume 2, the last shot of the day, the 3D archery tournament between Bill, Michael, and myself. Comes down to the last target, and we're shooting at this deer over the lake, 90 yards.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
Of course, I don't have a chance of hitting a deer. Unbelievable what happens. Who can forget this?
Oh, I mean, your wind is.
It was a good shot. It was just underneath.
Waddell's and suckered us in again.
I'm going way up the hill, David.
If I remember correctly, Michael put a spanking on us that day.
Oh, you hit right where I did. Man, y'all have been seeking each other's airs all tournament. Wait a minute. Look at mine.
Your form is not good.
It doesn't. That tooth looks a little out of line right there.
We've had more people talk about this shot.
I see it over there. Y'all excuse me 1 second.
Michael, it's been a lot of fun.
It has been fun. You know, it's getting about.
We didn't have a clue what Bill was up to when he walked off the set. But we turn around and look.
I'm going to bow down to you. Here's your hat.
And out of nowhere, Bill throws the hat in the lake.
Thank you for joining us for Volume 2 of Monster Bucks 7.
Awesome.
Michael, that was a great shot on that coon.
Good to get a good start. Good to get a good start.
Well, speaking of good starts, I tell you, that was some great hunts right there.
Well, Bill, that's only a beginning. The rest of this video and Volume 2 has plenty more, believe me.
All right, we got to get to the deer hunts, but right now I'm looking at some kind of cat down there, and I know you know it wasn't there. I know you didn't know it was there.
The average kitty sitting on a limb, but he is a tomcat, did I say that?
All right, well, who's up next?
I think I'm next.
I think Michael.
All right, go ahead.
Next, if I can figure out what we got here.
Well, nail me to the wall and call me art. Look what got here, man. Amazing the things you see when you ain't got a gun, ain't it?
They got cameras. I'm nervous.
Well, about what?
Well, they say the cameras add 10 pounds to you.
Good Lord, son, you look like you got 6 of them on you already. Come on, let me do the talking. It'll be fine. Well, what do you know? What do you know?
What in the world are y'all doing?
Come on up here, T-Bone. Let me introduce you to a few friends of mine.
Good to see you
This is Marvin Waffle House.
Michael.
How you doing?
Daryl Blander and my good friend,
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Ben Gordon.
Nice to meet you.
You probably seen Ben's picture on the box of fish sticks with that yellow hat on and that big coat.
Willie, what? Wait a minute. What are you doing out here, Willie?
Well, we were just out here doing a little preseason scouting.
Scouting for what?
No trespassing sign, no hunt sign posted, that kind of thing, you know, trying to get a feel for it.
This is behind locked gates in here.
Well, but it's over a fence if you go about a quarter mile down the road. What are y'all doing out here
We
today?
ain't changed nothing. We're trying to shoot a tournament. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, is this on your monster bucks like you do there? We've seen that. What tape is this gonna be?
This will be our 10th year anniversary.
And monster bucks what?
10.
10.
Like
That's
two hands
cool how
up.
that works out like that, ain't it, T-Bone?
On one.
You know, T-Bone likes to shoot a bow a little bit. I wonder if you boys had any money. T-Bone,
T-Bone, do you fish? You hunt with that?
Yeah, he sure does. Wondering if you fellas like to make a little friendly wager and let old T-Bone get in the contest.
We got a little money betting right now, but y'all probably not getting in.
I don't think he wants to get in it.
He wants some
He'll be
T-Bone,
all
bring it
right.
on.
Don't you worry about
I
old
don't know
T-Bone.
about you, but I ain't got a rod and reel on me to mine.
That's right.
Well,
we go fishing, I'm in trouble.
As long as we got targets to shoot at, we're all right, but if fish are biting, we're going to have to depend on T-Bone, but he can shoot as far as I'm concerned.
Now, Willie, we shooting for money. You got to show me some money.
Right there, don't you worry about it. You beat T-Bone and I'll find a rock. All right?
Collateral.
Let's
You might
get it
just
on.
Knock that tooth on out. Get it on out there, Willie. All right.
All right, Michael, we got a new competition in now.
T-Bone got me nervous. Now, this is a poke right here. All right, here we
Long
go.
way, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Take your time.
Good shot, Michael.
Good shot.
It's in there close somewhere. Pretty
You
good poke.
trying to gut shoot him?
It's obvious Willie ain't shooting. He's
I
leaving it
would
all on
shoot.
T-Bone.
All right, guys.
How did they even get out here anyway? Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. This team Realtree for real now.
Oh, a little low.
That's all right.
Well, maybe they'll have a trailing dog.
T-Bone will be lucky to hit that darn target.
David, do us proud.
Well, I'm just kind of anxious to see T-Bone shoot, actually.
They come off full up.
I'm looking at my boy back here. He ain't broke a sweat yet.
You better look again.
Come on, David. Where's that?
You'll get him next time, Daryl. Don't beat yourself up.
All right, T-Bone, you up, bud?
Oh, man. All right.
That's all right, David.
Where'd he
David,
go?
it's right to the right. It's kind of
Right in the crease of
his leg right there.
Got it right there.
You'll get him next time, Daryl.
That's one of them 1963 models there. That's an old bear bow.
My boy right there.
T-Bone, you talk much?
Not when I'm shooting.
T-Bone.
Oh, kitty, kitty.
Wow.
Oh, kitty, kitty. Speaking of kitties, you boys might want to sweeten the old kitty right here one time.
Something.
Atta boy, T-Bone.
That's
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you,
Thank
when I get big, I'll
Thank you
tell you.
very much. Oh, yes, sir.
No, I give it to T-Bone.
All right, well, yes, sir. I'm
T-Bone
kind of his
shot.
manager, Mr. Gordon. Pleasure doing business with you there, boys.
Well, we got plenty more targets right down the trail.
Well, I'll tell you what we're
You
going to
bring
do.
it on, boy.
Y'all go get his arrow. We'll be back. T-Bone's getting hungry, and you wouldn't like him when he's hungry. So, come on, son. Don't let money change you now. That's just the way you is.
Something fishy. Fishing real, something
Hey.
fishy.
I've heard of pool sharks. He put a ringer in on us.
That ain't right.
Yeah, let's watch the video.
You know, a lot of times people are really surprised at a show when we're talking to people, when they ask me what's my biggest thrill in hunting, and without hesitation I say, no question, it's not the big deer I've taken over the years, but it is to be in the woods when two of my three boys have taken their first deer. Harmon took a 8-point in Georgia a couple of years ago with a muzzleloader. That same year, my 7-year-old Alex, he took his first deer ever in Texas. And there's no question that as a father, those hunts provided me the biggest thrills, not only in my life, but in my hunting career.
We went to a place this morning, and the wind shifted on us, and we got out of there. We didn't want to ruin a good place. We came to this place. The wind's perfect for it, northwest. We got a slough out here with a real thicket coming back through there, sort of like a funnel. And we seen some deer here the other night. A lot of deer activity. These bucks are starting to chase does. So what I want to do is hang up a scent bomb with Tink 69 on it. Wind's going right through there. We got our box blind up there. Put some gel out too. The gel works a lot better in the wind. It doesn't dry out. Tell you what, we're ready. Let's go get in the box blind.
His good friend Terry Rom with Wellington, the makers of Tink 69, and Terry is not only a good friend but also an excellent hunter. You know, since Saskatchewan, he's been with me there a lot of times at Northway Outfitters, and watch this great hunt as it unfolds. Now watch this young buck right here do a lip curl and trying to scent those.
We just heard two deer fighting. I mean, a big clash right here to our left. Oh, fuck. Big buck. Right here, big buck. Matt.
Great shot, Terry.
Oh, man. What a deer. What a deer, man. He come in right beside us going to the scent bomb. What time is it? 20 after 12. I don't know. He got a big frame. He was going after those does down there. I put some gel out on that scent bomb. There's a scrape right there. He's going right to the scrape. Whew, shaking so bad. He's right there, right there. Look at the size of that deer. Look at the size of this beast. Oh, man. I knew he couldn't be far. Look at this. Look. Oh, man. Looky here. I'll tell you what. We heard them horns crashing, and it got us ready, really. If they wouldn't have crashed, I mean, he walked out on us as it was. But we got ready for him. We were bad to get ready for him. And he looked at us once, but that blind was camoed so good, he looked right past us. I mean, he kept on going. He threw that head up and looked, and he kept coming. I thought, oh man, here we go. And I had to wait, get out from those trees. And finally he walked over towards the scent bomb, and that was it. I grunted one time, got him to stop, and he just threw that head back around. And it's hard not to look at these horns and look behind that shoulder, but man, what a deer. I tell you what, this is one of my best bucks ever. Northway Outfitters,
They got some great deer. It was a hard week. We hunted hard. But again, a great team Realtree hunt, I'll tell you what.
Hey, I'm Hank Parker. You know, I try to make a living catching monster bass, but one of my favorite highlights of the whole year are the monster buck video. I look forward to them every year. I've seen a lot of the videos where they have the archery shoot-offs, and I guess that's one of my favorite parts. But I know David's cheating. I don't know exactly how he's doing it, but Michael always comes out on top, so he's the king cheater, and I guess Bill's just too honest. That's his downfall, and he loses every year.
This morning when we came in here at daylight, we saw a couple of really good bucks at a distance down this gas line. So we're going to take advantage of this cloud cover. And they say these clouds are going to be moving out this afternoon. It's getting really warm really fast. So we're going to set this double bull archery blind up right along here. This is where they seem to cross in this little low place right here, but we're going to keep the wind right, and we're going to set this ground blind up right over here. It took about 3 minutes to get set up, ready to go. So I'm gonna close this zipper and we'll come back this afternoon. It doesn't take long for it to get hot in Texas. It's a little warm, but we got the wind in our favor, blowing from the southeast, coming into our face. This gas line runs out in front of the blind, crosses the Caliche Road up there about 120, 150 yards. And a lot of deer in this area. Let's get an arrow. That's a buck. There's 2 bucks. Way up there, across the Caliche Road. That's a good buck. They're coming down the gas line. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're still coming. Oh man. Talk about quick now. It's so hot, I can't believe we're moving this early. They're still coming. They're still coming right down the gas line. Boy, he is an awesome deer. Look at him coming. They're not going to smell us. We got a great wind. Golly, the sun's shining on that tall grass. Makes it tough to see through it. Okay, there you go. All right, he's down. He's going down. Yes, yes. All right, what a buck. I cannot believe it. It is so early. It's 5:25 Texas time. I promise you, we got to the blind at about 5 after 5, 10 after 5, thinking they were going to move about 7 o'clock. I cannot believe those deer moving so early as hot as it is. Unbelievable. That is an awesome deer. There's the arrow right there. Yes, sir. Well, we know it's a good hit because we saw him fall right there, but look at that. Well, that is a good sign right there. This arrow is having a good year right now. That's my #1 arrow. Well, those Black Hawk Vapors are sweet shooting arrows. Good night. Look at that, my friends. Look at that big belly on it. I'm telling you, that is fantastic. Look at here, look at here. Look at this. Oh yeah. There's the exit hole right there. I must have hit about right there on the other side. Look at that. Man, is that an awesome deer or what from the King Ranch? He's a mainframe 10. Got a little kicker off this brow tine on the right side. Just a beautiful, beautiful buck. I'm so tickled with him.
My personal favorite hunt, you know, it's hard to choose. You have so many great hunts that's transpired over the last 10 years, and each and every one of them have their own unique atmosphere about them. But probably for me, it would have to be Bill's hunt in Wyoming a few years back when we were hunting stickers. That deer had been seen a couple times by the guides and outfitters out there, and Bill, man, he wanted that deer, and he went hard after him and hung a couple stands and for different wind situations. And we knew Bill was after this deer, and we had yet to capture him on video, and then all of a sudden, you know, the dream comes true, and this deer's coming right by his stand. And I remember the first time I saw that raw footage, me and David Blanton and all the guys were sitting around looking at this deer, and it was just total silence. You could have heard a pin drop, and when that arrow flew over his back, Bill was surprised when he shot, and we all was just shocked. And to me, it was the most dramatic hunt I'd ever seen, and it was heartbreaking, but it also showed just true life emotion, and shows that we're just real people out there hunting real deer, and anything can happen when you're out there. But that, for me, is probably the most favorite hunt I've ever witnessed in monster bucks history.
Jim, I tell you what, with the wind dying down, we ought to do good this afternoon.
It is. It's going to be a good day. They're going to be piling into that oak field, Bill.
I think they are too. Pete, you may be the best guide dropper off I've ever seen.
We're just getting settled into the oak field. We got a small buck out there in front of us, and yesterday it was kind of cool and the wind was blowing probably 35, 40 miles an hour. We didn't see our two shooter bucks we're in here for, and we saw them 3 days ago now. But the wind's, you know, in our favor. Warmed up a little bit today, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. But we should see a lot of deer. We got a great blind, got a good rest right there, so we're going to settle in and hopefully see some good deer.
One thing about hunting the Perlitz Ranch, you can always guarantee that Jimmy and his guides are going to put you on plenty of deer.
There's a couple new deer coming out straight across from us. They should start moving in here real good. I'm going to get this head net up. Old dog, she get run by 2 bucks. Oh, she get run hard. Come on, run this way if you're going to run. That's what I missed that. Those deer when they left the field. That's him. That's him. He's down. He's down. Jimmy? Good deal. That's it right there. We got some nice deer, bud. Oh, man, folks, I'm telling you. I'm glad we got this bench out here. Oh, that's awesome right there. Awesome.
Let's go take a look at him. Get this blind down right here. Oh gosh, I'll move out of the way. Jimmy, let me get this gun. It's unloaded right there. Hey, I want you to look. I got my camo crutches right there. Here, it's unloaded. I'll give that to you. I got one underneath. There you go. Jimmy, look at the main beams and the tine length on this deer.
That's a good
That,
right there.
isn't that awesome? Yeah, let me get down with these crutches. That is absolutely awesome. Lay that gun down. We'll take a look at it. You know, we saw him come out the other day and knew he had good G2s and 3s and 4s on this side. Had good 2s, but
He's got
look
some
at
good beams and spread and mass.
He has everything. Look at him. That is absolutely awesome. You know, Jimmy and I were talking about this earlier today. We've been down here 9 years at the Pearlers Ranch. We started in 1992. Yeah. And next year will be our 10th anniversary, hopefully, if you'll let me come back.
Oh, we will.
But look at this dude.
That's a pretty good deer for a cripple boy, too.
I'm telling you what, getting across that field, you know, he stood out here, and I said, man, it'd be nice if we can get a better shot a little bit closer. And he wouldn't do it. And I had a good rest. We moved that shooting rest in there yesterday.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, what do you think? Probably about 250, 60 yards.
Here's a good shot.
Oh, I tell you, I'm happy with this deer.
This defining moment will go all the way back to the original monster bucks of North America. Bill and I are hunting in Michigan. We've got a gorgeous 10-pointer coming our way through the snow, a beautiful picture. All of a sudden, Bill shoots.
I think I hear him in the shoulder. You hear the thump?
Yeah. The camera never lies. The slow-mo shows Bill's arrow dead centers a small tree. Definitely one of our most talked about missed opportunities.
Boy, I tell you, all the small trees along this field line have just tore up. You can tell that pre-rut action's kicking in right now. Still spitting snow. The wind's laid down though. We already saw some deer in some of the fields when we were coming in, so let's just kind of slip in and get set up.
When you talk about monster bucks history, you have to think about the Milk River region up in northeast Montana. This has always been a honey hole for the Realtree cameras. And Greg Ritz, this is his first time having an opportunity to hunt this deer haven.
We haven't been in this stand 30 minutes. We've had 2 groups of deer already moving to the alfalfa field. We have a nice 4x5 buck bedded down about 350 yards. It looks like with the snow still sitting on top of us that the deer are going to continue to move.
Just like so many times before, it's come down to the last evening of the hunt. But Greg's very optimistic because he has a good win for this stand, and there have been a lot of big bucks spotted in this area.
Just does, but sit here a while, the bucks will come.
This one. Man, that's a nice buck there.
That's a heavy beam 10-point. He is all scarred up. I think I just gotta let him go. He's not quite what I'm looking for. He's a little bit short in the tines, but that must be a bigger one, as many scars as he has on him. Right there.
that irrigation ditch. I really can't see him that well. That deer's right at 200 yards. He's got a tremendous body. I think we can make the shot now. As soon as he clears that doe. That's a good deer. Man, there are deer everywhere. Holy cow. I saw him pitch over the dike there. Man, I lost him. I know that was a solid shot. I had a good rest here. I'm just shaking. That deer is huge. You could just tell its body was so much bigger than all the other bucks out there. We were right. That deer just followed that irrigation ditch down. He can't be far in the woods. We've had a great trail so far. So hopefully we'll find him before dark. There he is. Yeah! Unbelievable. Man, that deer covered some ground. Look at the size of this thing. Now that is a Montana buck. Holy cow, you can barely get the head up there. Whew, look at that. Big mainframe 8-point. Got a lot of stickers off the bases there. But just take a look at his body. It's tremendous. You can just tell he stuck out among all the other bucks. It's a fantastic deer. This hunt actually started in Montana last year. David Blanton invited me on a hunt, and boy, we had some Arctic weather come in. It was below zero. 3 feet of snow, and unfortunately went home empty-handed. Well, as you can see on this trip, I'm not going home empty-handed. In fact, this is probably my best buck to date. I mean, just a absolute tremendous deer. Unbelievable.
Now it's time for a couple of defining moments from years past for adverse weather conditions. This is Gary Clancy's hunt in Montana a couple of years ago. Documented wind speeds up to 90 miles per hour. Unbelievable.
What a stalk. Folks, I want to tell you, the wind is blowing like, I don't know. I've never hunted in wind like this. I'm talking 50, 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. I'll get a weather report and find out. But
and then there's our late friend Dale Earnhardt. Blizzard conditions in Iowa, and Dale is so tickled. 30 below wind chill factor. The turkeys are having a hard time flying.
Here he goes. Watch him land now when he's hitting the ground.
Now let's join our main man, Jeff Foxworthy, who, by the way, favors Willie an awful lot. I think they must be cousins.
That's a good buck, man. He's way up there at the top of the hill. I'm going to draw the horn, see if I can stop him. Watch him.
The weather had been really warm, but on this frosty morning, Jeff catches this big buck cruising looking for does, and he responds quickly to the rattling horns.
Can you see him? He's coming across the ditch.
Unbelievable. Jeff misses and the buck only flinches. Now I know what you're thinking. This never happens, and you're right. Sometimes you have good luck, sometimes you have bad luck. The coyotes start howling and it allows Jeff to load his gun without being heard. The buck moves off about 20 yards. And again, Jeff misses. He reloads for a third shot.
Are you on him? Are you on him? Are you on him?
Finally, Jeff hits the mark.
I'm not the first guy from the South to say this, but I'm out of bullets. This is one of the most unbelievable hunts of my life. We're here morning hunt. We didn't feel real good about it. It wasn't real cold. This deer came all the way down this hill, through the ditch, gets within 40 yards of me, holding 3-point on my knee, and shooting. The deer looks around like, hey, what's going on? And in the midst of reloading, a pack of coyotes start howling right over here and distract the deer where he's not paying attention to us. Reload the gun, shoot again. Again, he doesn't move. But the coyotes, God bless the coyotes, I never thought I'd say that, keep howling. He doesn't pay attention to us. I finally get the last charge in there, and look, and he's on the edge of the woods, about to go in the woods. I will remember this hunt my entire life. This was awesome. Well, I climbed down quietly, walked all the way back to the truck. I have reloaded the gun, and it has been an hour and 5 minutes, so I got a good idea where he is. We saw him go behind this big tree out here and watched for 15 or 20 minutes. He never came out. And I went and reloaded, and hopefully there's a happy conclusion to this goat rope. And good gracious.
Later, after we had a chance to shoot this gun, it was shooting a foot high. Somewhere in the hunt, it had gotten bumped.
Look at that buck right there, man. Is that a big old deer? That is a big old Midwestern buck right there. Look at him, man. We rattled him down that hill, as you saw, and this gun was way off. I mean, the first 2 shots, I said, Jay, where's it hitting? He said, I think it's high. The last shot, he's probably about 100 yards away. So I held real low. I held right at the bottom of his body, and thankfully we got him, man. That is just awesome right there. Look at that buck.
JR, who's your favorite hunter on monster bucks?
David Blanton.
Why do you think he's such a good hunter?
Because he shot a good deer.
Who needs to learn how to be better hunters on monster bucks?
Bill Jordan. Michael Waddell.
Yeah, see, they need to work a little harder, don't they? Practice a little bit.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I ever call you, will you come up and try to help me help Bill and Michael shoot a little better?
Yeah.
You will? That's all. What's your favorite videos?
Monster buck.
That's what I'm talking about. Give me some skin.
Tonight we're headed to a Tecumseh Max Attract food plot. There's a lot of activity on it, a lot of scrapes and rubs around it, a lot of bucks definitely using it. And a couple of weeks ago we saw a really big one on here. We're going to try to take a look at him. Not sure what he is, but we got a feeling he's a pretty good buck. Boy, this is a great looking food plot. This is a Tecumseh Max Attract. Looks great, a lot of activity on it. Shows you what can be done when you farm it right. This is South Texas. You can do it here, you can do it anywhere. Let's get in that stand.
And David's seen a really, really big buck hanging in the area with a hot doe. He's hoping to catch a glimpse of this deer this afternoon. And believe me, for a deer to get David's attention, he's got to be big.
It's going to be good. All we got to do now is just wait. It's going to be good. Now it's warming up a little bit. Take my jacket off, but these deer are coming in. It looks pretty good. We already got 4 or 5 bucks in the field. Handful of does. There's a big buck. Oh, he's going back in. Oh, shoot. Shoot. He'll be back. He went back in. That's him. He's back. That's that big one. Oh, he's behind that tree. Okay, here he comes. Shoot. We still got some time. Maybe he'll come back out. He's checking these does. He's just coming in, coming out. He won't be still. There's a good 10-pointer just came in. Good buck. That's not the one I saw, but he's a good one. Mighty good one. He's mighty good. He turned near a shooter. As good as that buck is, he needs 1 more year. He's a 5-year-old. He ain't quite got the mass he'll have at 6. But he's good. He'll score well in the 160s. There he is. That's him. That's him. Man. Field hold still. Come on now, hold still. Go on him. Okay.
Bat.
Oh, Lord. I have to admit to being a little nervous on that boy. The wind was going pretty hard. It was hard to hold on him. That is a big, big buck. I can't wait to get him. He should be right there. I don't think he went far. Big running tracks. Big running tracks. He should be right in here. He looked like he was hit really hard. He is a monster. Tracks. Yeah, he came this way. He is a monster. I hope he's in here. He should be right here. He looked like he was hit hard. There he is. There he is. Man, look at this thing. Look at this. What a buck. That is a monster. My goodness. Man, this is a product of year-round nutrition right here. This buck's easy over 170. He came in early and he just kind of peeked into the food plot and turned around and went right back. And then later he came back in, but he wouldn't hold still long enough for us to get a shot. And finally, right before dark, he came in and chased around and finally stopped. And I took a shot at him and hit him good. I knew I hit him hard, and he ran about 25 or 30 yards into the brush just off this food plot. Man, this is a big South Texas buck. This is what it's all about.
Well, we're standing here now with a man. He not only has seen a lot of all the Monster Bucks videos, but he's participated in most of them. Eddie Salter with Hunter Specialties. And Eddie, you know, it's our 10-year anniversary. We was wondering if we could get a few words with you about the Monster Bucks
Well,
video.
I tell you what, Michael, they really have come a long way the last 10 years. And as far as for me, it's really exciting to be able to be a part of it. And, you know, I look back at the friendships we've made over them, but, you know, as long as we can go out there and the viewers, that we can be a part of something to them, and because we real hunters, and I think that's something about that says a lot about Realtree, is they get out there and not only have a good time, but they bring something for the real hunter and that he can enjoy and pass on, and hopefully down the road that he can learn something from it.
Well, Eddie, I appreciate it,
Hey,
buddy.
Michael,
It's always fun to hunt with you, man.
I'm looking forward to getting a chance to get back again.
The man, Eddie Salter, and when he ain't hunting deer, I guarantee he's yelping at a turkey somewhere.
Now we join my running partner, Michael Waddell, in Texas for a bow hunt on the Lyle Ranch.
We've been hunting up here about an hour now. We've seen a couple deer. It's been kind of slow, but the rut's in full swing out here in South Texas. Well, I say in full swing. Actually, the deer are just now starting to be receptive, and the bucks are really actively looking for these does, which is my favorite time to hunt. We come in here and set up some bow blinds, decided to bow hunt these deer versus gun hunt them. So we're gonna sit in here. The best part of the hunt's still yet to come. There's a deer right there. It's a buck too. It's a buck. A nice buck. He's kind of coming our way.
Michael's hunt is coming down to the wire. He's hunted hard for 3 or 4 days, and things are finally starting to turn his way.
Look like he's got a point broken off or he's messed up. He's coming back around right. He's gonna come on in here and check his toes.
This old boy's got love on his mind. You can tell by the way he's running around looking for a hot doe. Michael's got something else on his mind. Good shot, Michael.
Yes, sir. Good shot, baby. He's gonna go down right there. He just went down. My heart's beating out of my chest. That rascal, we saw him from way off. He come in, got around. Now this will show you folks, when these does are in heat, we had a few does that come in earlier. Obviously one of them deer was just starting to cycle, because this bad boy, I'm not so sure if he smelled us or not, but he circled around and he come in here and had to check it out. And it cost him. We just shot an awesome South Texas buck with a bow. He's laying right there by that mesquite brush. Hair stuck here. There's a good sign on it. Yes, sir. Only brought 2 arrows to the stand. One's on the bow and one's done the damage. About 60 yards right back there, we had a good buck come in on us, and he's laying right here. I couldn't stand it. I had to get down out of the stand. Couldn't take a peek out of him before we got the camera gear up. But he made it maybe 65, 60 yards after the shot.
And he is a beautiful buck, man. Check him out. Check him out, baby. His beams curl far in. He's got split brows. Look like he damaged that during the velvet. But I'm gonna tell you what now, when deer hunting's right, it can't be beat.
Fantastic bow hunt, Michael. Now for this defining moment, check this out. This buck is acting mighty suspicious, and lo and behold, a coyote has buried itself under the snow. This took place on Monster Bucks 5, Volume 1. Jay Novacek and myself were hunting in Northway Outfitters in Saskatchewan. We could not believe this coyote had buried himself under the snow. No wonder this deer acted surprised.
Although it was as cold as I've ever seen in South Texas this morning.
It's been really cold. It's been a good one.
It was 22 degrees.
This morning.
The deer didn't move very well early.
Yeah. We're gonna go try to get a deer.
Go back to the same corner, aren't we?
Yeah. Blanton's Corner.
Blanton's Corner. You heard that. Name the stand. I love that spot.
Yeah.
It was good to us last year.
Yeah.
For this hunt, we're at the Herradere Ranch south of Cotulla, Texas. And this ranch has quickly become one of my favorite places to hunt. Big deer, beautiful country, awesome people.
We're back at the same stand we hunted last year. I just love this spot. You can see so much country out through there. I'm just gonna sit up here and see if these deer will move with it being a little warmer this afternoon. When it's cold like it was this morning, these deer just don't move.
Now, fortunately for us, the weather did warm up a little bit that afternoon, and the buck movement really increased. What we're looking for here is a really mature buck, 6.5 years or older.
There's some more deer right there. First one's a buck. He's a good buck, big 8. Oh Lord, that buck in the back's even better. Look at that deer in the back. He's awesome. That buck in the back is a good deer, and he's an older deer too. Let's see. We're buying some big stuff. You on the front one? Here comes the second one. He's a good looking deer. He's turning to walk off. He's walking. He's back behind that bush again. Here they come. You on him? All right, ready? Ready. Parent. Parent. Is it good? He went in that big stuff over there. He started getting lower and lower, hitting good. He ran across, man, that's a great deer. That is a good looking deer right there. I know he came through that gap right there. There's the stands way back over there. Look, there he is. There he is. Look at the horn sticking up above the grass. Take this primer out now. We don't need that. Look at that buck. Unbelievable. Look at that. Good night. Check that out. Look at the beams on that buck. Folks, the Hare Deer Ranch has come through again this year from the same stand. Unbelievable. He was a 12 at one time. He broke this G5 off over here, but what an unbelievable deer. A hunt, first day, got up in the stand. I saw a buck chasing a doe way off, and I told John Tate, I said, John, there's a buck out there, a good buck. Couldn't tell much about him. And they disappeared for 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden, this deer came in behind a big 8. They were on the move looking for doe.
The past 10 years of making the Monster Bucks videos, they've provided so many unbelievable memories for me. I actually started working on the Monster Bucks series around the end of Monster Bucks 3. And before then, I was just a huge fan of watching the videos and all of Realtree's videos. I actually remember my brother-in-law, who owned a sporting goods store at the time, he said, you got to come over here, Michael, and check out this new video. And actually, it was Monster Bucks of North America. It was the first Monster Bucks video. And I remember watching that video, and it was people like Greg Olson. At the time, the Braves were just starting their dynasty, and seeing Greg have a chance to hunt on there, people like Steve Bartkowski. And so it was always exciting to see what those guys were going to do next. And then when I come to work on Monster Bucks 3, I had a chance to see really what went into the productions. And I remember the first year I went to Canada with Bill, I was pumped and fired up about going to hunt that country. And then it was really a reality check. I realized what really went into it and all the long hours. I remember it being like 30 degrees below zero and just freezing to death almost. And we hunted up there for, I think it was 17 days, excluding Sunday. And finally, Bill and I finally found a buck. I think that hunt was on Monster Bucks 4. And we got a great piece of footage of him after a long time of hunting. And Bill took the buck, and I remember then thinking, there's a lot more work goes into this than what meets the eye. Over the years, a lot of things have changed. You look back, and we were a lot younger back then, and we've all aged, but also the videos have matured, and we really have gotten a lot more technically sound with our videos. We have a lot of fun with the bow tournaments, and it's just been a privilege and a pleasure to work in the production of Monster Bucks videos, and I hope to be here 20 more years in makings of Monster Bucks videos.
Guys, that was some exciting hunts.
We got it wrapped up, man. I tell you what, Volume 1 definitely had plenty of big bucks on it, no doubt about it.
Well, we got Volume 2 coming up, but what I'm really worried about right now is over my shoulder. You had to have something to do with this, Michael Waddell.
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. If I'd had anything to do with it, I'd had him sitting on the ground.
Well, I walked up just a minute ago. I want you folks to look at this now. I've never quite shot a deer that high.
And the wind's kind of blowing
around. The wind's kind of blowing. And unfortunately, I think I'm up.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Just the opposite of shooting out of a deer stand, Bill.
I'm gonna take the worst arrow I got because I think it's gonna go the farthest.
Do we supposed to call 4 before we shoot on this one, David? Or
I'm worried about the people in the houses up there on top of the hill. It could go that way. This is gonna be scary right here. Let's see what we can do.
Take your time, Bill. Take your time.
That won't go back that far.
Smoke him.
That is a good shot.
I don't know how you're blood trilling.
That is a good shot.
I was waiting for him to fall.
That's a tough rascal. Good shot,
That's a
Bill.
good shot right there.
Good shot.
I was waiting for him to fall. I don't think he's gonna fall.
Good shot. That's in the,
Man, that's
I don't
a
know
good
if it's
shot.
a 10 or whatever, but that's right in old shoulder. I believe we'd have got a good broadhead would have got him, Bill.
That's an excellent shot.
I try to get that duck going in behind him.
That wind. Man, I got a lot of... All right, D. Grand finale.
Good shot. We take that. Good job.
Good shot.
We there.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all done put the pressure on me. Got a little plane. I got a plane coming over, so maybe if I hope I don't miss and hit him. All right.
Somebody needs to radio the pilot coming in that plane. Put it in there, Michael. Right
Good
there.
shot.
We're all there
We all
together.
hit him anyway.
Hey,
That's
good deal
good
right
shooting
there.
right
Shooting
there.
right there.
That is awesome right there.
Yep.
Well, guys, I tell you what, I really thoroughly enjoyed Volume 1, and we hope you folks did too. And David, for the ones that haven't seen Volume 2, we got some great hunts lined up on
Well, I'm just glad that T-Bone, whoever that guy was,
Willie
and
and
Willie,
T-Bone.
you can't keep Willie out of a hunting property.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot keep him out of hunting property.
We're going to have to call a game ward and see if we can't keep him away from us. But you know what? I'm telling you, T-Bone's a ringer. That's all I can say. He shot that bow too good. Best thing is, hopefully it doesn't come back.
Well, I don't think he will. They went to eat.
If
he comes back, we'll sign that on Volume 2.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed Monster Bucks Volume 1, and we got a lot more hunts on Volume 2. We hope you have when you have a chance, take a look at that too. But as I always say, when you have an opportunity, take a child hunting and fishing so they too can enjoy the outdoors. For David Blanton, Michael Waterman, or Waffle House,
it doesn't matter, whatever.
I'm Bill Jordan, and we hope to see you next time for more great videos from Realtree Outdoor Productions.
Tricky is how we're going to get these arrows out that target.
Who's going to climb the tree?
Willie, I'm full. You sure you ain't gonna eat nothing?
No, I ain't hungry. I'm too busy thinking. You know what I'm thinking about, T-Bone? Two things. One, the way that old girl that was serving that potato salad gave me that I want you look. You think a man would get used to that, but I don't. And two, I'm thinking you and I left some money in the woods back with them real-time boys down there.
You know what's on my mind? I sure had my heart set on some of them fish sticks. You reckon old Ben Gordon's got some of them in his truck?
Ain't but one way to find out. You got one more good shot left in you?
For them fish sticks, I do.
Well, T-Bone, grab your bow and let you and I go stimulate the economy.
Is that an awesome deer or what from the King Ranch? He's a mainframe 10. Got a little kick off his brow tine on the right side. Wyoming, the opening day of the Wyoming season. In the Black Hills up here with Jeff Smith, 7J Outfitters. Big mainframe 8-point. A lot of stuff off the bases there. But just take a look at his body. It's tremendous. We started hunting it 3 days ago, and in 3 days, Glenn and I connected on two great bucks to watch. Folks, the Hare Deer Ranch has come through again this year from the same scene. Unbelievable. The bow hunt and take a really beautiful South Texas and sure buck with my bow. I couldn't be any happier with this deal right here. Awesome.
I tell you what, this is one of my best bucks ever. Northway Outfitters, they got some great deer. It was a hard week. We hunted hard.
Look at the man. He's got it all. He is just a big, mature Kansas deer.
I cannot believe it. Look at the size of these G2s and G3s. Incredible.
Good night. Am I happy with this? We've hunted so hard up here, Brian Hoffman, Greenland.
Basically a mainframe 5x5. But you know, I tell you what, gotta give a lot of credit to the Tecumseh Ranch. These folks.
I'm so excited about it, and I just really appreciate you giving me an opportunity. I really do.
Well, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Now, okay.
Right back. You should be able to hear that. Yeah. Okay. Well, what are you doing out here? I all does some pre-season scouting. Scouting for what? You know, no trespassing, fine, keep out, stuff like that. Let me tell you, these are a nice pair of boots. These are Larry Mahans, man. Well, back 15 years ago, they were. Willie.